episode 3 of Tea Time with the Shade Boulevard. So, ladies, what are we talking about today?
I don't know. You tell me.
Go ahead, Monty, because I think there was another thing from last episode that we
This is
missed.
Code's part 2 because we just couldn't leave it at one episode. Like, we had so much more to say. And let me just add a disclaimer, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. When I say these are codes that we already added a disclaimer that these are our codes and our opinions, right? But don't watch this and say she does that, because I didn't say I always live by my code. I said these are the codes I try to live by, or I think are the correct way to do things. But I realized there was a point in my life, or there may even be a day right now in my life, where I may have not lived up to my code. It happens.
This is free, just like our Never Have I Ever judge-free, shame-free zone. The disclaimer goes for everybody.
Okay.
Though you could comment and say, me too. Yes, yeah, that's what this is about.
Okay.
Okay, so starting with friend codes part 2.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are y'all thoughts or codes on your friends becoming friends with your other friends?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go?
Are they ready? I knew y'all would be ready for this question.
You want to go?
Go ahead, Egypt. Go ahead.
So, for me, I'm fine with my friends becoming friends with other friends. But for me, everything is circumstantial. If we ended on bad terms, then you don't need to be friends with that person. And if you are friends with that person, that's your business. But I'm not hanging around your business. Y'all do y'all thing, and I'm going to do my thing. But don't try to bring y'all thing with my thing. That's it.
Period.
You missed out. Like, you missed out on all this fun, all the good times, all these good vibes, and you're going to have to make your own vibes on your own.
Your own vibes. But, so you feel like, okay, you feel like if somebody does become cool with somebody else, you would want, oh, heck no, Harper barking. Hey! Y'all!
We got BRB for how many episodes? Now we got barking.
Oh, I just realized that BRB is about me. I was like, for the longest, I was like, why does she have BRB on this t-shirt? Like, maybe this was like a placeholder text. I didn't realize it was about me. The shade.
It's shady in here, y'all.
It's shady. I didn't realize that till just now. I'm over here like naturally Egypt working on merch.
Wait, you just realized that?
Just when you said it is when because for the longest I was like, what's the BRB stand for? I was like, maybe it's placeholder text.
I can't.
She was being shady.
This is really us. Like,
I'm over here promoting it. Like, would y'all wear this?
This is the Boulevard. This is the Boulevard.
I didn't even know. That was a good one. That was so smooth.
Money, like
what you sipping, Monty? What you sipping on?
Lord have mercy.
Sorry. Back to my question. Would you? So you mentioned like you would want somebody to cut it off. I mean, you did give them the option to just stay over there with that.
Yeah.
But you prefer somebody to cut them off, or do you not really care?
So if it's like a genuine friendship that you develop with the person, who am I to tell you who to be friends with? I can't tell you who to be friends with, but I can tell you who I'm not going to be friends with.
That part.
But wait, I think it's still circumstantial though, because if I introduced you, no.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all were friends before, or we maybe all became friends at the same time, that's a different story.
So if you're the introducer, once I'm done with old boy, old girl, you done with them too.
Again, it's like circumstantial because especially being in a sorority, that's like really hard.
Hard.
It's hard because even though in my situation, I am the liaison. Just because I don't speak to certain people, I wouldn't be like, well, you neither. Like, you know, you form your own bonds, your own sisterhood, that kind of thing. So that's why I say it's, but with that specific part, like what you guys were going back and forth with, if I'm the liaison, I'll say 7 times out of 10, no. Like, no, that's done.
Has it happened to you before?
Where?
Good question.
Like where you were friends with someone and then they became friends with someone that you were friends with before you met them.
Before I met, wait,
how do I sum this up?
Okay, let me see if I can help. Let me ask. Well, I know that Kiana has been the liaison in a lot of, I mean, that's our family. I mean, look at your 2 best friends.
Yeah.
They were in Kei and Egypt's wedding, and I'm cool with them. Like, I speak to them outside of you.
Cool.
And they're very family oriented with our family and our other friends. But like, I think what Egypt's asking is like, has it ever happened to you where you've been the connector? Like, you brought somebody else, then you stop being cool with that somebody else and they continue to be cool?
Yeah. So like if you and Brandon had a falling out, and Kaylin wanted to be friends with him still, like, has that happened to you before?
That has happened. That has happened with, actually, it has happened. But with that situation, because it was like years of like, I had a friend where I brought that friend into the circle of people. Me and that friend fell out twice. I mean, we could figure out who it is in our head. We fell out twice.
I'm honestly lost.
Say it again.
I'm honestly lost.
Okay,
we'll talk after.
You know who it is. We fell out twice. It was we didn't talk for like a year, and then we fell out a second time.
I know who it is.
Huh?
Okay, yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah. So, and you see, like in that, it's different because even though I did bring that person in, you know, like they were still friends with my friends, but I still didn't feel like, oh, you can't be friends with her anymore. You know, even though I really had zero plans to talk to her ever again.
That's unique because I feel like in that situation with what you're referring to now that I've caught on, everybody was connected through a common place.
This is true.
And so that's the circumstantial piece.
It was a common place up to a certain point. So, it became a common place when it started with you. It became, because we were gone by then. Like, we talking about being in college. So when it came to you, it was because we all went back and visited. But when, like, before we graduated, we were all there together, and I did, you know, introduce her and bring her in, like, to our circle of friends. So yeah, that's why I say that part. But it's funny that you asked that, because even when her and I weren't speaking, I never thought like, I can't be you guys friends because you're still friends with her, you know? So it is. So then that's why I say 7 times out of 10. But, and I think it might be, what I'm thinking too more is like boyfriend stuff, like relationships, because y'all already know, like we've said it in here before, like I bring him, y'all, okay, everybody, if he's gone, it's done, you know? Like,
I think that's something we all agree on, like, no.
Yeah. And I know that's come up before, but yeah, so that's why I say 7, maybe even 6, it depends. But, and I think it also depends on how the friendship ended. So if it ended with me, like somebody doing something to hurt me intentionally and you're still, then yeah, that's probably not gonna work, because that person doesn't have good intentions for me anyway.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was gonna like when you said
cough.
Say it again.
That was not a COVID cough. Continue. I'd add a disclaimer.
What I was gonna say, as far as like my friends being friends with people, like, you know, I'm bringing you guys around, and now it's like, oh, we're gonna, like, say I bring somebody to Shea Boulevard, and then that person decides like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to Egypt, or I'm gonna reach out to Amani to hang out. No.
Fall back.
Fall back. Okay, like pump your brakes. Like, hold on. Like, what are you doing? Like stuff like that, or like that outside person starts making plans with you guys, like, or you know, like individually, and I don't know about it. It's like, what are you doing?
Weird.
I think that's weird. Yes, I think that's weird.
We need to add in the NBA YoungBoy interview where he be like, "It's the weird." Like, I'm gonna find it for you, Egypt.
Like, I think that's weird. Like, and then even sometimes too, just bringing certain people around other groups. Like, I've had situations where I really in my head, like I thought it was gonna go well, and it just didn't. And I was like miserable the whole time we were out. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never, like, please don't ask me. Don't ask me how this one is doing, because y'all, if y'all, like, this is just not gonna work.
Yeah.
It doesn't blend.
One time I was in an awkward situation. I went to my friend's college, and one of her best friends, her college best friends, their relationship ended that night because she was acting weird because I was there. It was so...
I've had that.
It's so weird. I don't understand why people are jealous or hate. Like, we're all here to have a good time. That could be your best friend for life. You could have the #1 title. Like, calm down, girl.
I've had that in college. I had a friend, and when her other friend from back home would come to visit, it was just awkward vibes. And I think she was like low-key, high-key jealous of me. But I understand.
She was.
You know it.
I mean, so for me, my code on friendship, I'm kind of like y'all, where it's like circumstantial, but I'm very territorial with my friends, and I don't hide that. And the reason why is because I'm a think ahead type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I think of like, I think kind of like a prenup with relationships, with friendships. Like, how would I feel if I was in this circumstance? And so that may not be the healthiest way to think, but it's me. And so
it's unhealthy though. I think it's a little bit of it's like risk management. Like,
yeah,
like
exactly. And so I try to always, because I know how sensitive I am, avoid situations that I know would trigger me. And I don't always have an explanation for why it just rubs me the wrong way. And so for me, like, my friends will hang out with one another. I don't mind that. But I'm very strategic and intentional about like how often and with, like, if I have a friend that I really value, or like a group of friends, like my sorority sisters, for example, when I'm with them, I value that sorority sister time. So I'm not gonna always have a non-sorority sister friend always around, because I know I value this vibe I have right here, and having anything outside in will just all the time would bother me. Like, of course, I'm having a game night or something, like a cookout, you know, everybody hanging out or whatever, or we happen to be at the same place, cool. But I'm very intentional about what friends are matching up, just because I don't want that vibe when I'm with that group to constantly be disrupted with this other vibe, if that makes sense. And it's not always that they're bad vibes. It's just sometimes I'm in the mood for this versus that. And when the problem with friendships is when you mix them all the time, and then they get comfortable enough where they feel like we always have to be together, you never get a break from the vibe you get a break from.
Why didn't you invite me? Because I didn't.
Because these are my friends. Like,
not all friends are everything friends, you know, like that church friend, that yoga friend, that beach friend, that whatever friend, you know, like sometimes some people are just brunch friends. Like, I'm good with you at brunch, and this person, they kind of annoying, so I don't want them at my brunch. That's why they're not invited.
Exactly.
So don't ask me that. You know?
And it's like, my thing is, sometimes I may just want to just be with this friend. And it's like, because you feel entitled now to my friends, because you think we all friends, it can become a disruptor, and you feel like, you know, that's how I think. And maybe that's just how I think.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm a little bit more like, I mean, of course, if there's some friends or associates that I have, if they connect with other associates I bring around, like we all hang out and they follow each other, excuse me, on the gram and stuff, like whatever. But like, and if they decide to hang out, okay, cool, whatever. But there's some friends to me, like in my circle, that if they just started becoming besties with another friend, it may be a little weird for me and uncomfortable. And then also I think about situations where friendships fall out. You know, I don't want to fall out with any friend. It happens. And then like, how would I feel in that situation too? But for the most part, I don't think about that. I think about my vibes and friends being entitled to my friends, and then me not being in the mood for that vibe. So
yeah, see, I don't think that's unhealthy though. I think that like I said, it's like a risk assessment. Like, I could see this, and like you're like, especially if you're in a situation where you bought the brunch friend, and like, and now you and your all the time friend are gonna do something else, and now the brunch friend wants to come to like the beach, and it's like, no.
Remember how we talked about sometimes it's nice to just be able to wear something and not have somebody be like, where'd you get that from? And this from, and this from, and this from. Like sometimes I like to be complimented. That's how I feel about friendships. Sometimes it's nice to have a girls' night where we're all hanging out, and then me not feel like this has to be a every time thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like sometimes things are just nice to be as they are in that moment, and like let it just be that. It doesn't have to be like, okay, so what are we doing next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my friend.
Yeah.
Back up.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I worry. I'm trying to think. What other codes did you have, Money?
There was another question I wanted to ask.
See, I could see that. Just FYI.
What was the question I had? It was about friendship code. It was like, I was like on this on my mind, like, oh, this is what I'm about to go to next. And Kiana had said something and it made me think of it.
Your all the time friend or your bunch friend or like?
No, it was like friends and bring them around. I can't. It's with me.
Vacation and friends.
Oh, it was another code question. Like, what are y'all thoughts on? Okay, so I'll just ask this. This kind of has to do with relationships and friendships. What are your thoughts on, what is your code? I guess it's kind of similar to what we're talking about now anyway. This is an example. So if the girl that told me this story is watching, hey girl, love you. But what is your code if like, all right, so say I'm dating somebody, right? And Kiana happens to come around and starts kicking it with the guy I'm dating's friend, right? So you make a connection with one of the homies. But me and the guy I'm dating break up, right? And so say you're still kicking it with the homie you met through me, subsequently through my guy that I'm not with anymore. Mm-hmm. And so because you're still kicking it with old boy, he may be regularly around the ex, like hanging out at the ex's house or hanging out at where the ex, whatever, works, whatever. What is your code on constantly going to the ex's events through the guy that you're kicking it with? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's a unique situation. Let's just start.
It ain't that unique. I think it happens probably often, you know, I only know one person it happened to, but.
Because, you know what? Okay. Okay.
Say it was a bad breakup too, like, oh boy, did me dirty.
Oh no.
Because so like basically they're still friends and now I'm gonna be around him because they're friends.
It's my ex. You would still be around my ex because you.
Yeah, I would still be around your ex because now my boo is friends with your ex.
Yeah, like that you talking to whatever.
Like, see, I don't know. I feel like certain things like can that not be avoided? Like, I just don't have to go. Or if I do, like, you know, I'll let you know, like, hey, I'm finna be around this idiot or whatever. Like, just let you know, like, I'm going to support my boo, and it just happened to be his friend's thing. You know, that's how I would take it because, you know, and that goes into another conversation we talked about before about my boo's friends are his friends, and these are my friends. Like, so I would hope that there's a separation to begin with, even though our meeting may have been a mesh of those two, which is fine, but the same rules still apply afterwards. Like, okay, we met this way, but these are still my friends and these are your friends, and I'm probably not even gonna hang around your friends, and you definitely not gonna want to be having girl chat with mine. You know, so that's how I would think of it. Yeah. And also I would talk to my friend, like, you know, you're still my friend, this is my boyfriend or whatever, and I will probably be around your ex because they're friends. You know, I'm not gonna tell them to cut the man off or whatever the case, but that don't mean I have to smile up and stuff with him. I can look at him like that, you know. So
I feel you on that. I feel like for me it's circumstantial. So if it's somebody who I'm not like with in a relationship, I'm like just on a roster with somebody I'm texting occasionally or hanging out, or we're just buddy. And by roster I don't mean nasty, so get your mind out the gutter. That's weird. I know it did. I gotta add disclaimers. Roster means just like, you're dating. So you may have multiple people that you're texting to hang out with, or dating don't mean you're doing the do.
Okay, so a dating roster as opposed to a roster.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not here with the lingo, with the sex lingo. I'm very out of date and out of touch.
I got you, because I'm gonna let you know right now. Roster means.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. That's not where my mind goes. That's like I didn't know what the other word meant, the D word. Remember when I was like, I don't know what devil.
Oh my God! Yes, that. Oh, that was.
Look confused.
I don't think I'm hip to that one.
No, that
wasn't either.
Can I say it?
I think so. So what?
Okay, so a while ago, this was. Oh my God! This is like a year ago. This is crazy.
This wasn't when I mentioned it, or when
I told you about it. The situation.
No, it wasn't the word. When you explain what the word is,
the devil one.
You explained that to me like a few months ago.
No, this was a year ago, Monty, because, okay, so I was talking to this guy, like, off of Bumble or something, and I was getting annoyed already, but he was, he said something to me like, something, I got that devil dick. That's what he said. He said, I have devil dick, and I was like, so, and to me, my understanding of it is, it's like good sex from a person who ain't shit. So, it's like, it's great, but, this person is not somebody I need to be, talking to or messing with or whatever. So when he said it, with my understanding of it, I said to him, I was like, oh, so you ain't shit? That's what I said. Because I was already annoyed. Like, why are you telling me that? We haven't even met yet, and you're mentioning that, but whatever. I was like, oh, so you ain't shit? And he was like, no, it's just like, sex is great or whatever. I was like, oh, so the person attached to the penis is just not shit. Like, I was just, at this point, I was being obnoxious because I didn't want to talk to him anymore, but I had said it to you, and you were like, what is that? Like, that's what we were.
I know what the heck. I was like, oh, this is a thing.
I'm telling you, that was a year ago. That was last December. Because I remember it being around Christmas time.
So what is it?
Devil dick is what I explained. But it's what I explained. Monty had just never heard of it before. So yeah, she wasn't hip, so that's why. And then now that she's saying roster, I'm like,
I had to add the disclaimer because I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, like dating roster, but yeah. So back to this. So for me, it's circumstantial because if we're not really like official or you're of importance or somebody I'm like hanging out with every day, more than likely, if I know you about to be around my friend's ex that dogged her out, there's no need for me to be at his house. Mm-hmm. There's no need for me to be
at his house is a whole nother thing. Like when you say events, I think of like maybe if he hosting a happy hour, it's a public place.
If the guy I'm kicking it with is the one hosting something, that's one thing. But to go to something for the ex, not just his house, but I'm giving examples. Anything that is for the ex, not the ex happens to be at, but it's for the ex or in support of the ex. I personally wouldn't, go, especially if I know that my friend feels some type of way about it. Now, my friend's like, girl, I don't care, do you, whatever. It depends if I really feel like being around his friends anyway. But,
that part.
And like it's tricky when you're actually in a relationship with the guy, though, because if you're in a relationship, you don't want to be censored where you go with your partner. Like, a lot of people who are really close to their partner go everywhere with them. So that's when it may become tricky and you have a conversation with your friend. Yes. But if it's somebody I'm not with, like officially, and it's not like a huge part of my life, more than likely we can kick it at the movies or one-on-one. Yeah. Not around, oh boy.
Yeah.
Disney. I don't want my friend to look at my Insta story and see me, and he in the back. That's not a good feeling.
Wait,
like,
you doing what, Money?
It's not a good. I know I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to look on Insta story and see Kiana out somewhere and see my ex in the back. Then I don't give a.
I'm just trying to figure out why the ex wants to go to your friend's events, because his best friend is there.
The ex doesn't want to go to my friend's events. It's more so that my friend is kicking it with my ex's friend because they met through. It's not like people do double date type stuff.
Yeah, so it would be like,
okay. Like if I hooked up with Sean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's Kaylin's best friend.
Wait, no, scratch that. It's like if Kiana became friends with my ex-boyfriend, my recent ex-boyfriend, one of his friends.
Okay, so like she's with him, right? His friend.
You told her that.
So Kiana is with your ex's bestie, right?
Yeah.
And Kiana's having events.
Wait
Wait, what happened?
a minute.
What happened?
This cheap ring light, Amazon owes me a refund.
I just saw it. See, I ain't even got my glasses on and I seen that.
You saw the colors change.
I was like, wait a second.
Keep going.
Okay.
It's that I'm hanging out with.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Uh-oh.
Like,
So let's do A and B. So
okay.
A is her ex, B is his best friend.
And I'm with B.
You're with B and you're having an event.
No, A is having an event.
Oh,
so
Lord.
it's A's event.
Oh, A is having an event and he
Right.
invited B, so you got to go.
Because that's his friend, and he's my B is my boo. So my
B is my boo.
to the event. And
So you gonna go because that's his best friend.
no, I'm gonna go because it's my boo, but I'm gonna talk to my friend, letting her know that I'm gonna be around A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. But that's what he was saying. It like it's circumstantial. It depends.
Oh.
Just because let's say A did my friend really dirty, like on some crazy stuff, and my friend doesn't, of course, want me around him at all, or whatever the case. So that's where the question comes in. Like, you go,
Got you.
like, and it depends because, like, Monty said at his house. No, I'm not gonna go to my boo's best friend's house if they're having a party, especially if my friend and the two of them didn't end well. Like, I'm just not, you know. But if it's in a public place, or if it's like if he's hosting a happy hour somewhere that's public where I don't have to be around him, but I can still go and support my boo, then okay, that's a different situation.
Yeah, my boo was throwing a happy hour, but if my friend's ex was hosting a happy hour, no, I'm not going.
And that's what I'm saying. If A is hosting an event,
Mm-hmm.
and B wants to go with me, and it's in a public place, I would say it would depend. I'm not gonna say just yes, I'm gonna go. I did just say yes, but I say I'll talk to my friend, depending on what the situation is. But I would not mind going to support my boo.
Right.
But I would also
friend is like
my friend.
Yeah, my friend's like and it's her ex's event, not my boo's event, but her ex's.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah. Then that's that's a different story.
But this situation wasn't verbatim. Like the friend that shared this story with me, it was funny because she was like asking my advice about it. And at first I was like, your friend need to get over it. But when I heard all the details, it made me reflect on like, how would I feel if I was in this situation? And then I was like, okay, my girl code is actually I use those words. And then she was like, okay, I get it. So she wasn't invited to the ex's house or anything like that. It was but I just use a different example. Yeah. Without giving away that story. But yeah, it made me think about like, well, what would other people do? Because she didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So it's definitely circumstantial, but it's just too much. Why you being my friend? Like, everything just need to be separate.
Hello.
My one experience with my friend dating my friend was tragic, and I don't want to ever
For real, I understand, like, not playing matchmaker with, it's one thing if I know a guy, like an associate or whatever, but just meshing worlds can get messy because, as we said, everybody has different codes or different things that make them tick. Mm-hmm. And it's too much to keep up with everybody's tick. Even my ticks are too much to keep up with. So it's just easier to just keep things separate.
Yeah, keep it separate. This could be like our first shade mail. Like, what would you do if...
she didn't sign up for this.
She didn't sign up, but thanks for volunteering, girl. Appreciate you. Thanks for being voluntold, because that's what just happened.
If it's stressful, I don't want no parts in it. I'm just gotta go.
Too much. And then you know what? I tried to, a long time ago, like when I graduated college, like I have like really good friends that I made in college. And at that time, I was like, I don't need any more friends in life. Like, I don't ever need to make another friend. Obviously, that's not real, especially being in a sorority. Like, that's not going to happen. And then I moved to another state, so that's not going to happen. But, you know, sometimes I feel that way. I just like, especially when I go out with people, I'm just like, it actually was more recently, literally around my birthday, where I was just like, I feel I don't want to be your friend. Like, I'm okay. Like, this is cool, but, and it was also like another situation where I was out and I was like, wow, these people are really immature. Like, this conversation, like, I felt myself putting myself down.
Yeah.
To like enjoy it.
Ooh,
and
that's a horrible feeling.
You know, that's a one and done. I left there like, you see the meme, like, you ever hung out with somebody for the first time and thought, I'm never hanging out with you again.
Yeah, and I think that makes.
Not that I would never, not that it's any beef, but you're just not my cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea. You know, that makes, and then that makes sense also why people like me are protective of their friendships, because good groups of friends are hard to come by, first of all.
Yeah.
That, and also your friends should be your safe space, especially if you have more than one group of friends, that's cool. But I know for me, it's like, I know I have different aspects of my life that are my safe space. For example, I do carnival. That's my safe space because it's my culture. The people that I play with, I don't really engage with them throughout the year. Like, it's just carnival. And when we get together, that's like us coming together like, hey, what's up? Like, it's like we picked up from the year before, and it's nice and it's a safe space. And I couldn't imagine having all my friends infiltrating that. Now, there's select few people who, you know, I include or don't mind being with me in that space, but that's my family, like, that I see once a year. And I love it. And that's my safe space. And I'm really protective of that. And so I get being protective of your spaces with your friends because everybody ain't a good time.
I think what I've experienced more so recently is just figuring out if I even want to talk to people. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm just like, I'm okay. Okay. Like,
She said I'm okay.
It's just not, and it may just be not be the season for that. Like, how it's not rekindling season, it may not be new friend season either.
Mm-hmm.
Seasons change.
Oh, they sure do.
Next season may be rekindling season.
Lord Imani, next topic.
No, because you know my biggest thing is Kiana knows.
I know.
If there's anybody that's not cool, I'm like, no, but we gonna be cool because life's too short to not be cool. Since we're on the topic of friends.
Yes, I know.
I'm not a friend. I will never encourage you not to, disclaimer, I will never not encourage you to be cool with somebody. If you come to me and tell me you're not cool with somebody, I'm sitting there talking to you to figure out how we can all be cool again.
Imani is not the person always to come to when you are looking for somebody to, that's more so Egypt. Like, if you want to stay in the mood, and I'm the one where you just got to let me know. You got to tell me, like, do you want to be talked into this or do you want to be mad? Like, you just got to let me know. But Imani is not the one to come to if you trying to stay in a certain frame of mind. Like, I have come to Imani upset about things and then left more upset because she tried to talk me out of it. I called her once. I'm like, Imani, let me tell you about the da-da-da-da. She's like, okay, but I kind of see. And I'm looking at the phone like, what is she doing?
I do, because and this is where it's cold, because some women will feel like girl code is, if I come to you upset, like, just be that friend that's like, yeah, F that beat. Like, but I'm the type of woman where it's like, if you come to me, especially because Kiana and I share a lot of mutual friends. Right. And so if she's going to come to me, don't come to me if you want to be mad. Just don't. Because one, I'm going to tell you where you went wrong or where you're wrong too. And I'm going to tell you, you need to work things out. And I'm going to keep pushing you to do it. That's just me. So people, and that's just a code. That's my code. I will never live by another one. Like, and even we talked about last episode where Kiana will know if like something get back to her. There's some stuff that does get back to her, not everything. But there's things that if I come back to her about it, it's because I'm wanting her to fix it. Like, you need to know.
I've never taken it as like, oh yeah, she telling me, because not that might or might not have told me, didn't get me mad. It probably did. But I didn't take it as like she's trying to piss me off or she's trying to add fuel to the fire. Like, she's bringing different perspectives and stuff like that. But yes, Imani is not the one. If you want to be mad, don't. Sorry. If you want to be mad and have somebody rationalize your anger, that's Egypt. That's Egypt.
Yes,
that was me in Egypt literally yesterday. I was like, the voice, Egypt! She was like, oh my God, that doesn't make any sense. Like, exactly. I'm like, I know I couldn't go to Monty with it because Monty's gonna rationalize me, and I'm not there yet. So eventually it goes around, it makes a circle, but
I need to hear both sides. Like, I gotta hear both sides. I gotta get the facts. I gotta see what's going on, and I'm like, it's a mix. Like, you can't just
Egypt's good at, like, okay, I'll say this. You right, because you can come in the chat and be like, this girl did this. Egypt be like, oh, she whack for that. Like, real quick. Yeah. So you don't always need the facts, Egypt, because sometimes you don't even ask questions. You just be like, that's a supportive friend.
And this is true, though, because like, I'm on your side. That's the thing. Like,
that's how she is. I'm on your team.
Like, I'm on your side. And that's how I feel. That's why I say, for me, especially, like I told you, I had a friend who, it was Adrian. One time Adrian used to come to me. She was like really upset about stuff, and I'm solution based. Like, I'm like, okay, well, and the therapist in me is like, well, how is it? I hear your anger, but whatever. And she's like, Kiana, I just want to be mad right now. And I was like, do you think? I'm here. I'm listening. And now I realize, like, okay, do you want to be mad or do you want to? And how I assess it is like, if you're coming to me and I'm offering you a solution and you're not even, it's over your head and you're like, and another thing, I'm like, okay, we're trying to be mad right now.
Just mad. That's a good friend that allows you to do that. I will say I do not have that gifting. I'm just gonna be honest. And my friends know if they want to come to me, they're ready for the truth. Yeah. They're ready for me to get in that ass. And I'm not always getting in my friend's ass. Like, I'm always gonna validate someone's feelings. Even when Kei comes to me, I always validate her feelings. Because no one can tell you how to feel.
I'm ready to be mad, but no, she does. She does.
But I know that I don't have that gifting where, friends just let you vent and let you be mad. Unfortunately, that's not my ministry. I'm just going to be honest. So come to me when you're ready to do the right thing.
Great. So, on to the last part of the codes, where we are going to delve into business codes.
This one takes up our group chat, I feel like, a lot.
Yeah, it does. Because there's a lot of complaining that goes back and forth, like, because of experiences that we've had. Mm-hmm. So most recently, I've had and I was texting Imani about it. I was getting ready, it was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, whatever the case. And since Black Friday, me and Imani have been going back and forth about, paraphernalia, shirts and all that good stuff. And I'm like, Imani, which one should I get? Should I get this? Should I get that? So I waited for a specific vendor to, because the restock was on Cyber Monday. So I waited for this sale, for this restock, for this specific sweatshirt that I wanted. Monday morning, 9:08 a.m., I go on and I'm getting ready to buy the shirt. Honestly, the Cyber Monday sale was not that good. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, 10% off is not a sale. Stop.
That's taxes.
That don't make no sense. And honestly, it's for something that's like $60, $70, 15% is not either, but that's another story. So I get ready. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just spend it, treat myself, whatever. I put it in the cart. It says ships 12:30. It is 12. Today is 12:04. Excuse me? I'm supposed to shell out $70-something and wait 30 days for it?
For it to ship, not receive.
Yeah, not even to get to me. That means it's not gonna get to me till and you know what? I understand the part of it where it's like you'll get it in time for. So, January is Founders Month for a lot of us, right? But our Founders Day is in January. So it's the tagline is get it before Founders Day. I want it now. Like, I want it today. Like, and I see a lot of businesses, like small businesses, whatever you want to call it, doing that. And then writing these disclaimers like, support small business. It's just that, da, 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 da. No, I'm sorry. No, when you are going into business, and Imani and I were talking about it, when you're going, they don't even have the product yet. That's why it's going to take 3 weeks. They don't have the product yet. So they want to see how many people are going to order to see how much money they then have to shell out. Yeah. Listen, that's not cool. When you going into business and stuff,
small businesses,
you should be willing to take.
Key, I'm going to say forget small businesses, because big businesses do the same thing and they have the money and the resources. And bring it on COVID.
Yeah. Oh, who that is, money? Who that?
I'm not gonna say them no more, because people. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna mess us up like that. I already coughed it. That wasn't a COVID cough. That was a shady cough.
The streets was watching.
I said it underneath my breath, but I had to say it.
This is true though, and you know what? You're right. But you know why that's funny? Because you two talk about that in the chat, and I just I never really had that experience until I saw that, and I was like, no, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it. It's literally, and then they had the nerve to do buy one get one. Yeah, you talking about stuff that's $50 to $70 a piece. Buy one get one is not a sale. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's not. And to be honest, I seen somebody recently do buy two get one. And I'm like, I gotta buy 2 products to get a free one.
Side note, you know where I seen that? And it was at Publix. Me and Brandon went shopping, and first of all, the bacon was $8.99, which I could not believe. But it was
bacon expensive.
It was buy 2 get 1 free. What do I need 3 packs of bacon for?
My point.
Buy 2 get 1 free. You should be ashamed of yourself.
For real. But I'm with you. Granted, this may seem like bashing people's businesses, and I'm not trying to. This is just how I feel.
Yes.
Somebody may not agree with me, and that's okay. Me personally, I feel like that's very common now, because a lot of people, owning a business is a lot easier. Let's be real. A lot of people can run a business on Instagram, especially if you're selling something.
Yeah.
A lot of people who do not make their own products,
drop ship.
They do a lot of that pre-order stuff, and I don't agree with that. I personally feel like if you're going to invest in a company and sell something, you should invest in your product.
Yes.
And you're taking a risk. Yeah, your product may not sell, but to do that whole pre-order and then have people wait 3 months. I did that recently. I bought something, and part of the proceeds were going to support Black Lives Matter. And it took me 4 months to get one product because it was pre-ordered. And I just think that's so tacky, because if you don't have the money to start a business, don't start it. No. That's my personal opinion. Don't wait on and see who's going to buy it and then provide a poor experience for the customer. That's not a real business person to me.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago when I was taking notes on certain things and putting it in the chat from some free stuff from some entrepreneurs on Instagram or whatever. Mm-hmm. They had some really good things to say. It was some real good stuff. But that was the message, the opposite of what you just said. That was the message. If all you need is $50, all you need is $50 to do this, and then you get the money, and then you order it, and then then that's how you build. And I was just sitting there think of yourself as a customer. And especially a lot of these Black businesses, support us. We're not Amazon. We're not this. Listen, Amazon is the standard. 2-day shipping. You can't beat that. Now, not everybody's able to, but for you to wait weeks to something to come from China or wherever it's coming from, right? And then I still have to wait another 3 to 5 days to get it. If you don't have the money to invest in the company, that's the narrative that is being pushed. Only have $100, start your boutique today. That's you see that it's even on ads. The same thing with these vendor lists. Just start it today. Say these are the items you're going to choose. Have people order them, get their money, use the money to order the item, and I could go to Amazon for that. Honestly, What do I need you for? What do I need you for? So I was saying Amazon that's the standard, that 2-day shipping. Granted, we can't all have 2-day shipping, but isn't that what you would want to aspire to be? Where it's people get whatever it is, and boom, they order your stuff, and here it is.
Or at least decent shipping and decent price items, because you spent headscarves or something, and they were like $30. Was that
Man,
you?
it was the pajamas that I seen it was pajamas and bonnets. I see bonnets for $25,
No.
and I don't understand.
And
Like,
it's the same ones that you can get on Amazon or order yourself from AliExpress, Alibaba. Like, come on, y'all.
like there's certain ones that I've seen. Like I saw this girl, and I believe that she hand stitches them. Like she gets the material and she hand stitches them, and she puts the vinyl of her logo on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will invest because that is something handmade.
Yeah, custom.
But to buy 100 bonnets for $50 and to sell them for $25 a piece, you tripping. Even the slides. Remember I had sent y'all the slides? I was like, oh, these are so cute. And they were like $40.
We were doing too much.
I don't get it.
I don't get it neither. I don't like that. I feel like if you're going to have a business, I get trying to encourage entrepreneurship, but, and I'm not saying you have to have a lot of money, but I just feel like this goes back to why I feel like I spoke on this a few episodes ago, where if you're going to do something, do it right. And at least put forth the effort, like to put out the messaging for people to half-ass something. Like all you need is, instead, you should really be pushing them to like maximize the quality of their business for the best price instead of, you need to spend $50. Like that shouldn't be the messaging you're pushing.
And I hate to see it.
You gotta keep waiting. Everything's on back order. You gotta wait till it's back in stock. Like, dang.
The only way I could see that being okay is if you, like you say, you do it right. Where I'm gonna invest in 20 shirts, 5 small, 5 medium, 5 large, 5 extra large, and let those sell out. Mm-hmm. And now nobody got to know that it was 5. For all y'all know, it's 100. Let those sell out, and then have people like. Then that's how you create the want for it. Like, like, oh damn, like that sold out real quick. You don't know how
only
many.
Have 5.
Listen, I only got 5, and that's how I started, because now you have. That's when you could say, you know what, I had these, now they're sold out, pre-order, and what you do is you keep showing it. Sold out, but coming soon. Sold out, you're building that anticipation. And then when you know that it's a week away or 2, even 2, I give you 2. I even give you the 14 days. But 30, ridiculous. I'll give you the 14 days to say you order it here, it will ship here. That's it. Because then you know it's coming. But for me to order something on December 4th, and this wasn't even the 4th, this was whatever the Monday of this week was. That was November 30th. For me to order something on November 30th and me not get it till January 5th, that's ridiculous. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like you shouldn't be taking nobody's money unless you actually have a product in your inventory. Yes. That's just my personal opinion. Like, unless you have the product in your warehouse, in your closet to ship, even if the shipping takes longer, and these companies talking about COVID messing up shipping. No, COVID ain't messing up nothing.
Not no more anyway. Not no more. Not in December when we've been dealing.
People was taking advantage of COVID.
They were.
Yeah, they were.
My opinion.
No, they were.
And I understood in the beginning, like, you want to make sure you're taking the right measures. But months later, like, we out and about shopping, Thanksgiving, traveling, like, we're being safe, of course, but you telling me y'all can't get these packages to me in less than a month, 2 weeks? Yeah. Like, come on.
Business.
And the shipping be expensive too.
Hello? And that's another thing. So we recently had an experience with another haircut company. I'm not going to keep doing it, but I'm done being shady. Okay. We recently had an experience. Maybe we didn't both have that experience. Maybe it was just me. I thought it was both of us. But where a certain hair care company had a big blowout sale.
Oh, child.
Stupid. Dumb. And then they had the audacity to guarantee shipping on their website. Like, it was at the top of the homepage. But then when shipping was like significantly delayed, they blamed COVID. Okay, did COVID damage the packaging or product that got to people too? No. And instead of saying, as a business owner, okay, shipping was $7, right? Let me refund. And this is a person who has a big brand and a big business. Like, they are everywhere, okay? So they have coins. instead of doing the right thing and saying, let me at least refund everybody that $7 shipping, it's a hit on their company, but it shows good faith. And I can guarantee you, she would have made that money back tenfold.
Right back.
That would have been the more appropriate thing to do. Or give everybody a $7 coupon for shipping. Something. She just put out an apology video and blamed COVID. What am I do with your apology and your tears? You a business owner. You should have been prepared for this. Don't blame COVID. Blame yourself because you messy and you tacky. And I think that, to me, apologies are nice from business owners, but I think compensation is even better.
Yeah.
That's just me. Compensate me for my time.
That's for real, because when I started Dramatic Designs, like back in 2012, like there was, when Instagram, you know, the algorithm wasn't whatever. You know, there was a time where I had sent somebody something, and you know, I'm hand painting stuff and gluing and Mod Podging and sealing and all this stuff. And you know, there was one girl, there was one girl, she ordered a paddle, and she messaged me when it arrived to her, and one of the letters fell off. In my mind, I'm like, oh my God, let me hurry up and send her another letter right now. Like, I'm not another letter, a whole nother paddle. Like, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna send it to you right now. And she didn't take it. She was like, no, I'm good. I just want to let you know. I was like, okay. She didn't take it. But, and then there was another time when, this is a little embarrassing, but it was a custom item and I spelled something wrong. But I kind of didn't feel bad because I sent the person who was going to buy it a picture twice, when it was sketched and then before it was glued, like before it was sealed. I was like, proof. And then they were like, yeah, we're straight. And then when it got to them, they were like, oh, I realized that this is spelled incorrectly. Even though I sent it twice, I was going to do it again. I was going to just, you know what, this is an error. You paid your money. And she, again, was like, don't worry about it. I just wanted to let you know, you know? So sometimes it's just about being like showing, even matter of fact, Chic Couture. You know, y'all know I love Chic Couture. Actually, this is from Chic Couture. But I ordered their Black Friday sale. Like, they're in Florida, so I got it already. I got it. And they sent me a dress that is a large, but it was in a small, it's in large packaging, but it's a small dress. So all I did, I showed them my order. I showed them the dress and the picture of the tag. That literally next morning, here's the postage slip, send it back, we'll send you another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just about, oh, we're so sorry. You know, or they could have been like, okay, well, ship it back to us and have me pay for the shipping. Like, and I've had experiences like that, you know? So it's really just about like how you want to be represented, even if your product is a mistake, like whatever you send is a mistake or something is in error. Like, how are you as a business person, as this business owner, like, how are you really, now this is your time to represent. Like, how are you going to represent?
Right.
You know, so.
It's going to come back to you in the end, whether you're a Black-owned business, white-owned business, whoever, it's going to come back to you. So get it together, because you're going to be getting my money. And if you do me wrong, I'm going to call a bank. Now, let me stop.
No, you ain't lying.
This is our group chat. We all do that. We all do that.
Listen, this one time, I ordered from this company. Asia ordered, my sister Asia said she ordered from there. And I was like, I'm about to get a cute dress. The return policy said you can exchange.
Oh, I remember this.
For credit. I was like, I'm fine with that. Got some cute stuff. Bet. They didn't respond to me.
This was for the wedding.
Huh?
For the wedding.
Yeah. They didn't respond to my emails. I couldn't get in contact with nobody. Finally got in contact with them on Instagram. And they said I was harassing them, and they wasn't sending me the address.
Yeah.
So Asia do not give up. When she's done wrong, she will come for you.
That's this.
But you know what? You know what ended up happening after that? Mecca got involved.
Of course. And then here comes Mecca.
I told her well.
Not mess with Mecca's sisters. Mecca's entire story was they won't send my sister the address. She was tagging them. She was going under the don't mess with her sister.
That is so funny. But yo, that is, Egypt do not play when, and she shouldn't. Like,
Yeah.
It's her coin, like it's our coins, and that's what irritates me about business owners. Is like you said, Kiana. Even when I got my braids done, like the when I got home, like the bottom of them was unraveling, and the lady was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm come back if you can't fix it. I'll do it." But a lot of business owners, and I'm just gonna say this, unfortunately, from what I see, is business owners that look like me. Mm-hmm. Their response is very aggressive. So, like, say somebody brings something to their attention, like Kiana examples of, "Hey, just want to let you know, blah blah blah." Instead of saying, because even with the lady when she offered to redo it, I just was like, I'll just go around with raggedy ends. Like, it was a big sale anyway on these braids. Like, whatever, I'll wear a bun.
Yeah, what I paid for.
Like, and I'm not bashing her business. Like, lady was sweet, but she was such a sweetheart. She was starting out. It was the effort. It was like the way she responded. And so a lot of times people would just be like, no, it's cool. I'm just letting you know just to see how you respond. And instead, a lot of business owners, what they do is they go on social media and be like, they all of a sudden come up with a policy that ain't never existed before.
So
our policy is, it don't be mad aggressive. It don't even be like a professional policy. It'd be like on Insta story with misspelled letters and spelling things with you using the letter U instead of YOU. Like, it'd be like, our policy is depositing. Where was that the policy before? And all I said was, you messed up. And instead of responding back to me privately and saying, all right, like, how can we fix this? You guys take it to social media and put a make-believe policy up.
And people really don't even realize how important just the approach is. Because that same girl I'm telling you about, who the letter was off, she did not care. She posed with that paddle, holding on to that letter, and tagged me in it, like, Thematic Designs. That's how much
that's right.
She was like, no, I love it. I don't care that the letter came off. Like, she was like this in the picture, holding it up. Like, she had the paddle, and she was just holding up that last letter. Like, she didn't care. And when I saw it, I was like cracking up. But I was like, girl, I would have just sent you a new one, but she didn't care because it's, besides her being, and she was like newly Greek, so that probably had something to do with it. But my approach was, girl, say another one, so that, like, all of that, when you pay, you like,
no refunds and nothing. Like, what you doing all that for?
What else I've seen too is like what I hate, and I don't like it, honestly. This is not my full-time job.
Oh, yes.
I don't care. You are offering a service. And you know what? Just for that, I'm going to pull an Egypt. I'm calling the bank. Hello? Bank of America. Girl, yes, I tried to talk to them, and let me tell you how rude they was. And let me tell you, I know a lot of people don't like Bank of America, but I have homegirl talk to some of the representatives. Like, I'm like, let me tell you, this is what I did, because I know y'all about to ask me if I tried, and I did.
Yep.
But please, like...
You got to with them.
Evidence. I was like, hold on, let me email this to you. Got a screenshot right there.
My last situation, I emailed them like 5 times with like 70 different screenshots. With the situation, Bank of America be hearing from Shea Boulevard, okay?
Listen.
Yo, they probably gonna block us.
Treat people how you want to be treated. Just like Kiana said. The girl, she kept it. She was like, this was some good customer service. It's all good. It's whatever. One of my birthday dresses, I spent a nice little coin on it. And it was good. It was awesome quality. I kept telling Kiana, I was like, this dress is mad nice. Like, I'm going to have this for years. The freaking shred.
Wait, was this at the boat?
No, her birthday.
My birthday this year.
Never mind. That was another dress.
Like, come on. But you could tell, like, the dress was good quality, so it had to be like a malfunction or something.
Yeah, just like with my sizing issue. Yep.
Yeah. So I went to them. I wasn't angry or nothing. I just let them know, and they apologized, and they gave me a nice little discount to buy something else. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be mad, because that could have went sideways. Like, if they came at me like, well, our dresses are good quality, I don't know why.
Yeah. And
we got to do this.
You build partnerships. And also, and another component of it that I understand is the way that a customer could come to you. But again, when you're deciding to engage with people, this is something you have to account for. Yeah. You cannot take it personal. If you're taking it personal, you don't need to be running a business. Exactly. I don't care if the customer comes at you screaming and yelling. Now, granted, of course, you're not going to still meet them with the, I'll just send you another one. In a case like that, if somebody was being nasty about it, I would just like apologize and maybe offer them something, whether they take it, that's their business. You're definitely not finna get a free item. Mm-hmm. But it's still at the end of the day your business that is on the line. Their attitude is not on the line, yours is. So but I see, oh my goodness, I've seen so many like, I'm gonna post this again since it seemed like people.
Yeah, I can't stand that. Like, I don't like business owners that fuss out customers or potential customers, or even like post personal like messages and stuff between customers. I just think that's so tacky. Like, when you get on your social media and start fussing people out, like, I told the website says 24-hour response time. I think that is so tacky. Like,
You
it's
know what else I've seen
nasty.
from people who do that same thing? I've seen it where, or I've had conversations with them where, and I don't say nothing because I'm like, this ain't my business, but I'm gonna talk about it. But I've seen where they're like, yeah, I've seen where somebody else bought, like, let's say if it's like a hair service or like a small boutique or a makeup service, where I see where they went, or nails, like, I see where they went to somebody else, but people just don't be loyal. And I'm like, but you was cursing out your customers. Like, in my head, I'm like, but you was cursing them out. You literally just said, I don't do this all the time. Like, but I don't say nothing because they be my friends and I be supporting them anyway. But
If it was Imani, I'd have said something.
But see, that's just a lesson, and it's what I want to take on. So I'm just not here to teach. I teach people, and I get paid for it. So I'm good. I'm good here. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Like, that's just where I'm gonna leave it at.
But that's like even the guy that went viral this past week. I went on a nice little rant on my Insta story about him, the restaurant owner that was like cussing out people for twerking. And I'm just like, here we go again. Black business owners. Yes, I said it, black. I said it. I love us for real, but it's us who I see doing it. White people got their own thing, don't get me wrong, but we ain't talking about them right now. I'm talking about the people that look like me and the trends I'm seeing among us.
Yeah.
And we have a tendency to cuss people out. And even if we don't use exact curse words, we have a tendency to really fuss people out. And it's just so tacky. And seeing him fuss his customers out, I just felt like if they was doing something you didn't want them to do, because it was wrong. If somebody asked you to stop. Mm-hmm. But then ask them to be removed. And then take note about what, and then if they don't remove themselves, go in the back and call 911. Like, or get security, pay security to be up in your joint. And so that's how, that restaurant was a little too full anyway. He wasn't COVID 6 weeks. So anyway.
I was like, it was all the way full. It was all the way full.
But it's like, as a business owner, and I said this on my Insta story, where he went wrong was, you want a certain ambiance for your restaurant and you playing twerk music. That's you set the tone. I don't think people that run businesses realize you set the tone for how people interact with your business. So if you got a janky website, poor response rate, you talk in a certain way on your social media, that's another thing I don't like. Business owners who use their business Instagram and be on there talking like it's their personal one. Gross. Get a separate account. You set the tone. And so you got to lead by example. And he did not lead by example. People going to twerk if you got a DJ playing twerk music. And then, fine. You want people to stop, fine. You should have changed the music at that point. As a business owner, I would have said, all right, people because you really can't twerk. Well, yes, you can. But you really can't twerk to jazz music.
I was just going to say that. Like,
yeah, Black people, there was a meme. It said, not a meme, but one of the posts about it, it said, change the music if you don't want people to dance. And it was somebody playing the ABCs and somebody was there like, like, okay, but like you say, you set the tone. And you were talking about this, Monty, like, that's why when I do events, everybody got to come dressed up. Because when you dress up, it's like, it's less likely that you are going to be, not that you're going to be twerking and stuff, but your behavior, you're going to, if I got on my best, I'm not trying to get it dirty. I'm not trying to, I'm going to act in a way that's like, it's just different as opposed to me wearing, think about it, even like when you go to the club, no jeans and sneakers. Like, I'm not promoting this kind of chill vibe. I'm promoting a little bit of a classier one. But side note, that man, I'm actually meant to send y'all the article today, but he's not associated with the restaurant anymore. So I read it. It was him and the cook that went in together on the restaurant. And from the jump, it was just mess. So they're suing each other. They're suing each other for, the cook is, the guy who was doing the rant is suing the cook because when they were doing payroll, the cook was taking out payroll loans, not telling anybody, like not telling the staff. And then the cook is countersuing the yelling guy because of something else, I don't remember. So that's still pending. But
exactly. And he fed people alcohol. That was another thing. The wait time, which is another common occurrence with us in our businesses, the wait time was mad long, which I can't stand.
But wait, why? Like,
and so from what I heard, he was giving them free alcohol, like for their wait. That's what I heard.
So you giving them free alcohol,
it makes
music, but you don't want them to dance.
And it was dark liquor, honey, dark. So it just, people reserve the right to not engage with certain customers as a business owner. You reserve the right to set boundaries with customers, but he was wrong. And anybody trying to justify the way he, you don't tell Black women that they don't respect themselves because they're twerking, or as if Black men, this is what he's implying, we don't deserve respect from Black men because we twerk. And you doing something for the culture, you trying to have something for nice Black people. It was all wrong. You don't have the script on what it means to be Black.
I didn't watch. I watched up to the part where he said, "I don't need your money."
Oh, that part pisses me off.
That's the part where I just was waiting for everybody to get up and leave, because I was really surprised that everybody just sat there and kind of listened like he was somebody's mother. Like, he would have said, "I don't need your money." I would have scarfed down whatever I had, and I left.
Yes.
No, please do not talk to me. I'm not paying this bill. I'm not. Call the police.
I say when the police come, run back that tape.
Run back the tape.
So we ain't had to pay.
And you dropping F-bombs. I was like, who this man think he is? I'm not justifying or unjustifying the behavior, because, and just like I said a minute ago, if you have a customer that's cussing you out, their personality, their whatever it is now on the line. It's yours. I don't care that they were twerking. I care about how you responded. Period. So anywho, ladies, any last words? Get some etiquette, people. That's my last word.
Etiquette. Support Black businesses. Support your friends. But if you can't support them with financially, like, comment, subscribe.
Well, I do have a question. What if your friend runs a janky business? You still going to share?
Oh, I wanted to talk about that, but is it too late? Let's squeeze it.
No, it's not. Jump in. We can edit real quick. Edit stuff out.
Rewind.
If my friend with an A runs a janky business, I'm gonna tell him the truth, because there's no reason you're gonna be out there in these streets selling $60 bonnets, $100 pajama sets, $10 combs. $10. Listen, friend. I can't support you. I can't. I'm gonna support you by letting you know you're doing wrong. The end.
Yeah, you're right. And it's like, so what I was saying earlier with the person, like with their stuff, like I am personally not going to say anything, because sometimes people just need to learn things on their own. But if it's like three of us, yeah, I'm like, girl, so don't you think you should, or something like, look, or I like, and I also have that relationship with you guys where if I was to come and say something, it's not like, it's from a place of love. Like, I'm not just trying to be an asshole about it.
Yana, this is you. You know you're wrong.
Because people be knowing they wrong. Like, people be knowing they wrong. Sometimes they just need to hear it. But this is, oh my God, like, my worlds collide. My therapy world is shaped both apart. Like, I be telling people all day, yes, people are aware of their behavior. It is whether or not, but they're going to push the boundary. So I do things that sometimes I'm like, see if anybody gonna say anything. Like, it's like,
you just said we don't always live by our codes.
No, we don't. But we still all have human behavior. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, if I can get away with certain things, aren't we all? But certain things, yeah. Come on. Like,
I'm sorry. Like, if my friend running a janky business, I'm not sharing it. I mean,
no.
I had that situation. Well, okay, no. Disclaimer though. Wait, run that back. You went out, Kiana. What'd you say?
I was thinking, have I been in that situation?
I have, and it happened to me twice. And here's the thing, though. In all fairness to me, I made it very clear I do not promote that person. Like, that person is my former hairstylist. People, I always say, even know what I'm talking about, I always say, you know, when people ask me who do my hair, and not because I want to take money out of her pocket, she, you know, it's more so like, I know how she is. She's not professional at all. So one, I don't want to put nobody out there that's gonna not be professional. And two, if you already have a person you deal with that's not professional, and then you get more people to their roster, it's gonna get worse for you. Like, I know that. And what happened to my friends, you know, I only let the people closest to me know the details of my life, like where I get things from. And somebody may be like, girl, who you think you are? Imani Roselle West. And only people closest to me can know the information. The rest of y'all, I'll be lying to y'all.
Amazon. I got it from Amazon.
I got it from Amazon.
I got it from Amazon. Oh, I got it from Rainbow.
I'm just joking, kinda. But yeah, this is mad shady. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Some of y'all know there's people who I really do tell the truth to. There is, because I do have a sharing spirit. But sometimes I just be like, I want to keep it to myself and my good girlfriends. But anyway, we already talked about that in another episode. Back to this. So I did share it with two people, and what happened? She did both of them dog damn dirty. Like, she dragged them in terms of how she handled them. Like, took their money and ran type stuff. And now, then I'm like, this is why I never shared her. Because the two people I shared her to, she took their money and ran. Literally. Took their money and ran. So it's like, when I will not share your stuff if I know your ish ain't right.
See, stuff like that, absolutely not. But like with the stuff that I was talking about, it's like, I would still recommend, but that, no, because they're not completely unprofessional. It's just the stuff they be posting. I'm like, stop cursing out your customers. It's rude.
That's the thing. You don't know, because here's the thing. I didn't know she would do that.
Yeah, right.
But because
it was a level of unprofessionalism, not
stealing.
Not stealing.
You done stole people money twice. I'm like, now I'm looking stupid. So I ain't sharing your business if your stuff ain't right.
Yeah.
And I ain't supporting it either. I don't care if you're black, my friend, small, local. I love you for real. But if your business ain't right, I ain't dealing with you.
Yeah. Especially if you're not open to, just talking. Like, honestly, yesterday I had a session with this girl, and she wanted to show me her website. And she's young. She's like a kid, but she wanted to show me her website, and she I was happy to look at it, but I gave her one recommendation. Like, out of everything, it was really good. Like, honestly, I was like, well, it was good. But I gave her like one feedback, and she was like, okay, I'll change that right now. Like, once we get off, like, it's just about being open and just like, sometimes you can appear to take on stuff and really just let it, go in one ear, not the other. But it's also about your attitude, like about how you feel about your own business. Like, well, it's there because, you won't ever hear from me again. Okay? So.
Like old boy that took my money for the puppy and was justifying not giving it back. Like,
that was so dumb. That was so like the fact that both them situations, the hair situation and the puppy situation for both of y'all, like that. I'm sitting here like, this is dumb. This is how people get run up on, honestly. Like,
and I had his address. He ain't know. I had his address, his criminal history record, his baby mama's address, his mother's address.
What did we say in the last episode? No, not like.
I was ready.
In episode 1 of season 2, Google is your friend. Google is your friend.
Google and being real pressed, because let me tell you, I got that information simply by watching all his videos when his stupid self I'm like, oh, he doing a lot of camera moving. Ooh, let me squint. Boom. Do I see an 8? Oh, got your apartment number. Okay, boom. All Google did for me was confirm what I already found out. Don't play with me. I'll find out your whole information, and I don't need a white pages to do it.
Okay. But white pages is there if you need it.
just paid it. What is it? $19 to
It's $1.
It's $1, but then I think you pay like 19 to get like more information.
Yeah,
I've done it.
All I need is the address. I don't need anything else.
I've done it.
So yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Any other last words, ladies?
Codes of business.
We good. Okay, ladies. Until next time.